Okay. So let's continue with our discussion. Okay, as a review, kagabi ng ating discussion. So ito yan. Okay, so pag sinabi natin correction, okay, pag sinabi natin correction as one of the component of the Philippine criminal justice system, so take note that correction it is considered as the weakest component of all the components of our Philippine criminal justice system. Bakit kaya tinatawag na weakest component ang ating correction? Kasi, of course, for the reason that they failed to rehabilitate offenders. Ang nangyayari, as they go back sa community, nagkukumit pa rin sila ng crime. So that's why ang correction, it is considered as the weakest component of our criminal justice system. So yun, they failed to rehabilitate offenders. So ang nangyayari, nagtatok place pa rin yung recommission of the crime. So that's why considered siya as the weakest component. Pag sinabi natin traditional goal of correction, dalawa yan ha. Pag sinabi natin traditional goal, ibig sabihin, naka-based yon sa retribution. Ibig sabihin, before, ang traditional goal nila is retribution. Kung ano yung ginawa mo, yun yung magiging punishable or yun yung punishment mo. So, naka-base yan actually sa just desert theory. So, meaning, the punishment should fit the crime. Or, yung kay King Hammurabi Code, yung tinatawag na harsh punishment. So, ano yung ginawa mo, yun yung may magiging kabayaran or magiging penalty mo. So that is based on traditional goal. So retribution naman. Then kapag pag-uusapan natin ang modern goal of correction sa ngayon, of course, yan na yung reformation for the purpose of rehabilitating offenders. So piniprepare natin sila as they go back to the mainstream society or as they go back to the community kung saan sila originally nanggaling. So that's why, dalawa yan. Ang traditional goal of correction is thank you. Okay, the traditional goal of correction is retribution, and the modern goal of correction is reformation. So I hope it's clear. So next, we have the two correctional approaches in the Philippines. Of course, so we have institutional correction and then the non-institutional correction. So ayan, so na-discuss na natin yan kagabi. So I hope it's clear already. Okay. Okay, so we have the proper terms na dapat ninyong malaman. Okay, so what are the proper terms na dapat nating malaman? Okay, we have one to number your paper or pakisulat nga ng mga sagot dito sa comment section. Halimbawa, saan natin ginagamit si jail? Okay, saan natin ginagamit si jail, si prison, si lock-up jail, detention center, custodial camp, and bahay pag-asa. Okay, so bibigyan ko kayo ng ilang minutes to answer doon sa ating comment section. Nabira nyo lang class 1 to 6 para ma-check ko kung tama yung mga sagot niyo right after na yung masagutan. Okay, sige. Okay, so magsa-start tayo na sa number 1 class. Okay, saan natin ginagamit si prison? Okay, saan natin ginagamit si prison? Okay, anong particular agency or what they call yung lugar na gumagamit ng term na prison? Okay, Bucor. Ayun, Bureau of Correction. Sige. Okay, so thank you. So how about sino naman ang gumagamit ng term na jail? Okay, sino naman ang gumagamit ng term na jail class? Okay. PGMP. Okay, so lahat mag-participate yung 30 participants natin mag-participate. Okay? How about sino naman ang gumagamit class ng term na lockup chain? Sino naman ang gumagamit ng term na lockup chain ngayon? Okay, so lahat mag-participate. Okay, sino ang gumagamit ng lockup chain? Okay. How about sino naman ang gumagamit ng detention center? Okay, sino yung gumagamit ng term na detention center? Okay, sino ang gumagamit ng term na detention center? Okay, si NBI, PDEA. Okay, mayroon na kayong idea. Okay, how about yung custodial camp? Okay, sino naman yung gumagamit ng term ng custodial camp? AFP. Okay, AFP. How about, sino naman ang gumagamit ng term na bahay pag-asa? Okay, so thank you everyone for participation. So let's discuss now kung tama yung mga sagot ninyo. Okay, so wala na bang hahabol? Okay. Okay, so let's discuss now. Okay, so let's discuss the proper term or the importance of using the proper term class, of course, relative to the correctional administration as one of the component under our Philippine criminal justice system. So ang term na prison class, tandaan niyo, ang gumagamit ng term na prison, of course, specifically ang Bureau of Correction or the BUCOR. Okay, ang Bureau of Correction that is under the Department of Justice, under yung Tri-Bureau, under the correctional system natin. So ang prison, of course, under the BUCOR, so meaning ang crimes or punishment or penalty ng crime na nakomit nila that is more than 3 years up. That's why papasok yan ngayon sa Bureau of Correction. Yung jail naman na term, okay, yung jail na term, of course, ang gumagamit yan is the BJMP or the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. So meaning, kasi nga sa Bucor or yung tinatawag natin ng prison, 3 years up. So sa jail naman, 3 years below yung punishment or penalty. So that is the jurisdiction of the BGMP or yung tinatawag natin na sa jail. Then ang lockup jails naman in every police station, so matatagpuan natin yung tinatawag natin na lockup jails. So in every police station, meron yan silang lockup jail for temporary detention or yung tinatawag natin na safekeeping. Actually, ang purpose ng safekeeping, hindi lang yan sa mga offenders, okay? Yung mga nakakomit ng crime. Actually, class, pwede yung gamitin or pwede ka mag-play safekeeping kapag, halimbawa, hindi mo makontrol yung emotion mo. Kapag pupunta ka sa police station, pwede yan. I-request mo na for safekeeping kasi kapag hindi ka nila i-safekeeping, baka makapatay ka or worst, of course, maka-cause ka ng danger sa community. So in every police station, of course, meron silang tinatawag na lock-up jail or temporary, of course, safekeeping of the offender and of course yung mga non-offenders. Then of course, meron tayong tinatawag na detention center. Ang detention center naman, of course, in every law enforcement agency, ano ba, yung NICA, yung PDEA. Okay, so meron silang designated detention center whereas ginagamit yan para in case, ano ba, sa PDEA na lamang, kapag may nahuli sila na medyo alanganin sa oras, of course, doon muna sa detention center nila then of course kinawagahan or i-deliver yan nila sa of course sa proper authorities natin. So ang purpose ng detention center is of course still same pa rin yan for temporary safekeeping or detention of the offender. While ang custodial camp, okay, ang custodial camp naman, take note, ginagamit natin ang custodial camp sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. So that is for temporary detention also kapag yung mga member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines yung nagkasala. So ang tawag natin dyan is the custodial camp. Then of course, the Bahay Pag-asa, yan yung pinaka-right term na ginagamit natin sa DSWD. Okay, again, ang Bahay Pag-asa, yan yung pinaka-right term na ginagamit natin sa DSWD. Again, ang prison, ginagamit natin yan sa Bureau of Correction. Ang jail naman, sa BGMP yan, ang lock-up jails in every PNP or police stations, ang detention center, every law enforcement agencies like NICA, PDEA, and so on. Ang custodial camp naman sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, ang Bahay Pag-asa, of course, sa DSWD. Nakuha ba? Nakuha?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay, next. Okay, so we have the penalty versus punishment. So ano ba yung kaibahan ng penalty class sa punishment? So explain natin one by one. Okay, so pag sinabi nating penalty, tandaan ninyo, it is the suffering, while the punishment naman, it is the redress. Pag sinabi nating redress, the purpose of that is to correct an individual na nagkasala or nalihis yung landas niya. So again, pag sinabi nating penalty, it is the suffering inflicted by the state. While the punishment, it is the redress. Yung purpose niyan is to correct an individual sa pagkakasala niya. So yan yung kaibahan nila. Of course, pag sinabi nating penalty or magbigay tayo ng example ng penalty para mas visual out niyo. Pag sinabi nating halimbawa, reclusion perpetua yung binigay na penalty. So, ang reclusion perpetua, that is 20 years plus 1 day to 40 years. So, yan yung penalty mo. So, ano ngayon yung magiging punishment niya? Of course, ang punishment niya is imprisonment. Okay? So, another example para mas maintindihan ninyo. So, halimbawa, ang binigay na penalty ng state sa kanya is the death penalty. So, ang death penalty, so ano naman yung magiging punishment niya, sir? Okay, ang punishment niya pwedeng maging lethal injection, electrocution, musketry, and so on. So, yan yung kaibahan nila. So, ang death penalty, that is the penalty given. Ang lethal injection, that is the punishment. So, halimbawa, reclusion perpetua, 20 years plus 1 day to 40 years, yan yung kanyang penalty, yung reclusion perpetua. While ang punishment niya, of course, that is the imprisonment. I-deprive na yon yung liberty niya. So that's why ang tawag sa tao na yon is the PDL or the persons deprived of liberty. Nakuha ninyo? Nakuha ba, class? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope it's clear. So ayan, kasi sinasimplify ko na kasa para hindi na kayo mahirapan. Okay, next. Okay, so pagdating sa correction class, meron tayong tinatawag na shakedown versus shake lamp. Okay, ano nga ba ang kaibahan ng shakedown versus shake lamp? Ang shakedown class, ang purpose niya is to search for contrabands. Again, ang purpose ng shakedown is to search for contrabands before ka ma-admit or before ka papasok of course sa prison cells natin. When we say contrabands, any things, articles, or objects that is prohibited by law or by the Philippine law. Ulitin ko. Pag sinabi nating contrabands, any articles or any objects that is prohibited, of course, by the Philippine law. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na nuisance contraband. Again, ang nuisance contraband, that is any articles or object that is not prohibited by the Philippine law, but it is prohibited by the jail rules or prison rules. So that's why it is considered as a nuisance contraband. Ulitin natin. Ang nuisance contrabands, any things, objects, or articles that is not prohibited or it is considered legal by the Philippine law. But kapag dumating yan sa tinatawag na prison rules or jail rules, it is prohibited. Halimbawa, yung cellphone, yung paggamit ng pera or yung pera it is not illegal, right? Okay, so it is legal under the Philippine law. But pagdating yan sa prison rules or jail rules, of course, it is illegal. So that's why it is termed as nuisance contraband. So ang purpose ng shakedown is to search for contrabands. Why ang shake lamp naman, of course, yan yung mga processes before siya ma-admit, okay, doon sa prison cells or sa jail facilities natin. Halimbawa, ipo-photograph siya, kukunan siya ng fingerprint, and etc. So yan yung tinatawag natin na shake lamp. Okay, in other words or in summary, pag sinabi natin shakedown, that is the searching of contrabands, while the shake lamp naman to photograph, kunin yung fingerprint and so on para of course for record purposes. So yun yung kaibahan ng shakedown versus shake lamp. Nakuha ninyo? Nakuha ba class? Clear ba?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Sir.
Okay, sige. Next. Okay, so dito tayo,
Opo.
class. These are group of prisoners found in Camp Bukang Liwayway. Again, these are group of prisoners found in the Camp Bukang Liwayway. A, maximum. Letter B, medium. Letter C, minimum. And letter D, insular prisoners. Okay, your timer starts now. Okay, letter C, minimum. Okay, so tama nga ba yung minimum? Okay, let's answer. Okay, so these are groups of prisoners found in Bukang Liwayway or Camp Bukang Liwayway. Of course, ang sagot natin dyan is minimum security prisoners kasi meron tayong susunod na acronym, yung LIMIN sa MID. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na LIMIN. Okay, so ito na lang class. Ilagay ko na lang sa chat box natin para makita. Okay, we have limin sa med. Okay, so limin sa med. Ibig sabihin, yung limin class. Okay, ibig sabihin, liwayway or bukang liwayway class. Yan yung tinatawag natin na minimum prisoners. While ang sa med, okay, ang sa med class, ibig sabihin, Sampaguita is medium. Okay? So yan yung mga medium security prisoners natin. And of course, class, saan ba natin matatagpuan ngayon yung maximum security prisoners? Of course, matatagpuan natin ang maximum security prisoners class sa National Bilibid Prison or New Bilibid Prison or NBP main. Okay? Sa main building class. Doon natin matatagpuan yung tinatawag natin ngayon na maximum security prisoners. Ulitin natin. So, ang tanda nyo lang class is the Limen sa Med. Okay? So, saan nyo ba nakuha yung Limen sa Med na yan? Okay. So, ang Limen sa Med, of course, liwayway, meaning minimum security prisoners. So, sila yung tinatawag na nag-occupy doon sa bukang liwayway. Okay? Yung mga minimum security prisoners. While the sa pagitan naman class, of course, sila yung nag-occupy doon sa tinatawag natin, okay, sila yung mga medium security prisoners kasi ang maximum class, sila yung nag-occupy ngayon, okay, so sila yung nag-occupy ngayon, ay na-discuss ko pala yan, so mas maganda kasi na-advance kayo, sila yung nag-occupy ngayon sa New Bilibid Prison main building. So ulitin ko ang New Bilibid Prison main building, ang nag-occupy niyan is the maximum security prisoners. While sa medium naman, okay, yun ang kina-occupy nila class is yung Camp Sampaguita. And yung minimum naman, ang inoccupy nila ngayon is yung Camp Bukang Liwayway. So saan ba natin matatagpuan ngayon si Camp Bukang Liwayway, Camp Bukang Sampaguita, or Camp Sampaguita? Saan ba natin matatagpuan yan sila class? Okay, sige nga, saan natin matatagpuan sila? On the comment section, please. Saan natin matatagpuan? Okay. Of course, matatagpuan natin yan, class. Of course, sa Bilibid Prison pa rin. Okay? Sa New Bilibid Prison sa Muntinlupa. Okay? So, Muntinlupa sa NBP. Okay? So, very good kasi na-discuss ko na pala to. Okay. So, dito tayo, class, yung classification of prisoners according to the degree of dangerousness. Kung gaano sila kadelikado, class, sa, of course, sa society or sa community. So number one dyan, yung tinatawag natin na maximum security prisoners. Ano ngayon ang kanilang uniform na ginagamit sa maximum security prisoners? Ano yung kulay ng uniform nila, class, sa maximum security prisoner? Okay. Okay, so kapag wala si orange, class, of course, ang pagganahin ninyo is yung common sense niyo. Kapag wala si orange, of course, si tangerine yung isasagot ninyo. Okay, next. Okay, tandaan niyo ang maximum security prisoners, class, ang ino-occupy nila is the New Bilibid Prison main building. Okay, so of course, sa Muntinlupa pa rin yan. So sila yung nag-occupy sa main building ng NBP. While ang medium security prisoners, class, of course, sila yung nag-occupy sa camp sa Pagita. And of course, class, sila yung nag-occupy sa Camp Bukang Liwayway. Actually, class, na-discuss ko na to sa sa may sa correction. So, inulit ko lang kasi nga, of course, kailangan din natin yan ulitin, class, kasi ang subject natin is CGS. Then is part of the component of the CGS yung correction. Of course, ano lang to, summary. Okay, yung limensament. Okay, ito yung mga ginagrant ni President. So, na-explain ko na yan. So, dito na tayo sa pardon and amnesty. Ay, natapos ko na rin pala yan. Doon sa correction. So, ano na natin to, mag-skip tayo doon sa pinaka-importante. Okay, natapos na natin to. Okay. So dito, okay, ito yung pinaka-importante, class, na ulitin natin kasi kailangan natin ng emphasis. Okay, so we have the Tri-Bureau under the Philippine Correctional System that is composed of the DOJ, DILG, and DSWD. So ang DOJ, of course, ang sakop niya is si Bureau of Correction. Then of course, we have the PPA or Parole and Probation Administration and the Boards of Pardon and Parole. Then nandyan rin si New Bilibid Prison, Correctional Institution for Women. We have the RDC, class, na napalitan na yan ngayon ng DRD. Pero kapag na-encounter niyo pa rin si RDC, okay lang yan, valid pa rin yan. Pero of course, kapag sa update, DRD na talaga, Directorate for Reception and Diagnostics. Then of course, yung colonies and farms that we have in the Philippines. Then under the DILG, nandiyan si BJMP, of course, sila yung namamahala, class, sa jail or yung district, city, or municipal jails. Then ang provincial government naman or the local government unit, sila naman yung in charge ngayon sa mga sa mga provincial jails natin. Then of course, we have the DSWD sa Bahay Pag-asa. Okay, Bahay Pag-asa. Actually, na-explain ko na to sa correction. So inulit ko lang kasi nga kailangan na natin, it is part actually ng CGS ang correction. So that's why importante rin yun na maulit. Ayan, natapos na natin ito masagutan. Okay, proceed na tayo, class, doon sa kasi nabigay ko na rin to so para hindi maulit. Na-explain ko na rin to. Bakit tayo mag-transfer? Okay, so ang kinds of habituality, natapos ko na rin, explain sa inyo. Okay, but of course, I will, tapos na pala, so hindi na pala, so baka Okay, so dito tayo, class. Okay, so ito yung general functions of corrections, class, in relation to the administration of justice. Of course, number one, to maintain the institution. Okay, to maintain the institution. So, to put in place yung mga pamawala ka doon sa jail or sa prison cells natin. To protect the law-abiding members of the society. That's why kinukulong natin, class, yung mga violators. Okay? To protect the society from the effect or from the danger na dala ng, of course, ng mga criminals. Third naman, to reform the offenders. Fourth, to deter crimes or to stop yung crimes natin. Okay. So, commitment order versus mitimus order. So, ano yung tandaan niyo pag sinabi natin commitment order versus mitimus order? So, ganito lang. Ang commitment order, that is what we call the written order for the purpose of safekeeping of a person during the pendency of his or her case. So, again, ang commitment order, that is a written order. While ang mitimus order, that is a warrant order to receive an inmates for service of sentence, ibig sabihin, nabigyan na siya ng penalty or verdict ng ating state. Okay, very good. Si Geyser Jones Florendo. Korimiwa. Okay, so ang Korimiwa class, of course, yan yung tawag nito. Yan yung pinaka-original na acronym na ginawa ko. Kori, very good na remember. Kori Miwa. Okay. Kori Miwa. Ibig sabihin, commitment order. Ang wa is warrant. For the purpose of safekeeping class, yung ikukulong ka for temporary detention or liberty. While ang mitimus naman, ang meron tayong tinatawag na mitimus. Okay, so ang wa, that is the warrant order for the purpose or to receive an inmates for the purpose of service of sentence. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng Kori Niwa. Okay, Kori Niwa. Okay, so yan. I hope it's clear. Okay. Next. Okay, so the purpose of correction. So ano yung purpose ng correction? Of course, number one, deterrence. Ibig sabihin, deter an individual. Ibig sabihin, it will give us an example sa mga would-be violators na, of course, instead na mag-commit ng crime, ay, wag na lang. Kasi nga, yung, of course, ikukulong sila. Yung consequence ng pag-commit na ng crime is deterrence. Okay, so yan yung purpose or deterrence. Second, of course, rehabilitation. Ang purpose ng correction is to rehabilitate offenders. Ibig sabihin, i-correct natin sila. Okay, i-correct natin sila sa, siyempre, nalihis yung landas nila. So, yan yung pinaka-purpose niya for the purpose of rehabilitation. Third naman, we have reintegration. Ang reintegration class, that is the program of the government wherein babalik sila sa community kung saan sila nanggaling. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag natin na reintegration program or yung tinatawag rin natin na re-entry program of the government. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag natin na reintegration. Ibig sabihin, babalik sila sa community kung saan sila nanggaling. Okay, then of course, we have the isolation and capacitation. In the isolation and capacitation, ibig sabihin, incapacitate natin or i-limit natin yung freedom nila, kaya ikukulong natin sila. So, i-isolate, i-incapacitate, para of course, hindi na sila makapanakit or hindi na sila makapagbigay or makapagdala class ng tinatawag natin ng danger sa community. So, yan yung purpose ngayon ng isolation and incapacitation. Then of course, we have the punishment. Okay? Because of the punishment, yan yung purpose ng correction natin. So, ipapunish natin sila whatever crimes ang na-commit nila. Okay? So, yan. Yung tinatawag natin na purposes of correction. Okay? So, yon. Deterrence, rehabilitation, ulitin natin. So, we have deterrence, rehabilitation, reintegration, isolation, and capacitation and punishment. Okay, so yun. Okay, so we have the sentenced prisoners or PDL na tinatawag natin. Of course, pag sinabi natin sentenced prisoner, those prisoners convicted by judgment by competent court. Of course, na-discuss na natin to class okay, sa last meeting natin sa correction. Okay, kasi doon detailed discussion natin. Okay, so yan. Okay na ba? Okay, next tayo class. So let's proceed now sa community. Okay, ang community class, very important to na malaman ninyo. Pag sinabi natin community, It is the unique component, or it is the unique added component under the Philippine criminal justice system. So, all over the world, ang gumagamit lang ng community as part of the component or as part of their criminal justice system class is only the Philippines. Kaya nga, ang community is the unique component or the unique added component in the what we call the ating CGS. So pag sinabi natin community class, it talks about the group of persons living in the same locality. Okay, again, pag sinabi natin community, it is talks about the group of persons living in the same locality. So tayo yon. Okay? So we are a community. Okay? We are living in a group, or we are living in a one community. So group of person, yung community. Then, of course, it is considered as the fifth component of our Philippine criminal justice system. So, then, of course, it is considered as well as the core of criminal justice system. Kasi before, nung hindi pa naan si court, hindi pa naan si community rather, ang court ang kinoconsider natin as the core of criminal justice system. But of course ngayon na nandiyan na si community na ang kino-consider natin as the core of our Philippine criminal justice system. Ibig sabihin, siya yung kino-consider natin class as the center of our Philippine criminal justice system. So siya yung kino-consider din natin as the foundation. Kasi nga, of course, saan ba nagsimula or saan ba nagmula si offender? Of course, nagmula siya class sa tinatawag natin na sa community. Okay, doon siya nanggaling. Then after niya na-serve lahat or after niya dumaan kay police or sa law enforcement, pumunta kay prosecution, binigyan ng penalty or pronounced guilty by the court of law. Then na-serve niya sa correction. So babalik at babalik siya ngayon class sa community through the re-entry program of the government or yung tinatawag natin na reintegration program by the government. So kaya nga, yan yung tinatawag natin na the core of criminal justice system. Okay. Then of course, ang community, that is the unique feature of the PCJS class. Tayo lang actually ang gumagamit ng tinatawag natin na okay. Okay, so tayo na actually ang gumagamit class ng community as part of the component of our criminal justice system, yung community. Okay, then of course, pag sinabi natin community class, it is the elements that are mobilized and energized. Okay, mobilized and energized. So that is community. Of course, ang trabaho rin or ang role rin ng community class is to help authorities in effectively addressing the law and order concern of the citizenry. So it is one way to address or to help the authorities, of course, with the participation of the community in the society. So yan yung purpose ng community. So of course, merong 5 functions ang community class. Meron tayong number 1, from production, of course, yung mga services, distribution, and of course, consumption. Second naman, socialization. Yung pakikipaghalubilo natin o pakikipagkapwa-tao natin sa iba. So yan yung tinatawag natin na socialization. Then of course, third, we have the social control. Okay, yung social control as a function of community. So ayan. Then fourth, of course, with the social participation or social involvement in the community. Yan yun yung isang function ng community. Then of course, yung pinaka-last is the mutual support with each other in the community. So kasi nga, hindi yan magiging successful kapag without the help of every person or every citizen in the community. Ulitin natin na. So we have the 5 functions of community. Number 1, production, distribution, to consumption. Then of course, ang number 2 naman, we have socialization. Third, social control. Fourth, social participation. And fifth, of course, that is the mutual support. Okay, so yan yung 5 functions of community. Okay, so pag sinabi nating home class, that is considered as the cradle of human personality. So again, ang home, it is considered as the cradle of human personality kung saan nade-develop yung character natin, kung saan nade-develop class yung personality natin. So that's why ang home, it reflects kung anong tao ka or ano yung pag-uugali mo. Kasi nga, one factor or big factor yung tahanan or yung home na meron ka or yung pinanggalingan mo. So again, ang home class, it is considered as the cradle of human personality. Okay, so cradle of human personality. Then, of course, ang home aside from that is considered as a haven of peace and refuge. Again, it is considered as haven of peace and refuge. So, kung napapansin niyo kapag nasa sariling bahay kayo, okay, so, di ba, you feel secured or you feel safe. Okay, kasi that's why ang home is considered as the haven of peace and refuge kung saan makukuha mo or ma-feel mo yung 100% security. So that's why it is considered as haven of peace and refuge. Okay, then of course, we have the marriage. Okay, ang marriage class under the community, of course, component. Ang marriage, it is the special contract of a permanent union between a man and a woman, hindi yung man to man, woman to woman. Ang marriage class in the Philippines, of course, sa ibang bansa, meron silang same-sex marriage. Pero sa atin ngayon, or sa atin sa Pilipinas, walang ganon. Okay? Ang marriage class that is only intended for man and a woman, permanent union. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pinag-isa. So, that is a special contract of a permanent union between a man and a woman. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na marriage. Of course, entered into accordance with the law for the establishment of conjugal and family life. When we say conjugal and family life, of course, kung ano yung pagmamayari ni Mrs., yun yung pagmamayari ni Mr. Kung ano yung pagmamayari ni Mr., yun yung pagmamayari ni Mrs. Kasi nga, this share, yung tinatawag natin na conjugal property or conjugal family life. So that's why ang marriage, aside from it is the special contract of a permanent union between a man and a woman, it is also a conjugal or as a man and a woman enter into a permanent union. Of course, meron na kayo ngayong conjugal and family life. Kung ano yung desisyon ng isa, tinitingnan na or tinitake into consideration rin yung magiging opinion or salubin ng ng partner. Okay? Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na home and personality. Okay, so please answer this one. Okay, so yung 37 participants natin, paki-answer. Okay, it is the man's relation to the divinity. Again, it is the man's relation to the divinity, church, religion, spiritual, and faith. Okay, sige, pakisagot nga sa ating comment section. Okay, bakit maraming nagkamali? O nandito para si Lorde. Hello, Mami Lorde. Okay. So, the man's relation to divinity ko. Okay, ang sagot natin dyan, class, hindi spiritual ha. Ang sagot natin dyan, that is religion. Okay? That is letter B. Okay, that is the okay, ulitin natin. So it is the man's relation to the divinity. Ang sagot natin dyan is letter B, that is religion, hindi spiritual, hindi church. Of course, mamaya, i-explain natin kung bakit. Okay, pag sinabi kasi natin family class, of course, it is a group of person affiliated, whether it is consanguinity, affinity, or co-residence. Okay. Pag sinabi natin consanguinity class, ibig sabihin yan, you are relative by what? Okay. Ilagay nyo nga sa comment section kapag you are relative by consanguinity, meaning you are relative by, ilagay nyo sa comment section. Okay, very good. Meaning you are relative by blood. Okay, how about naman when you are relative by affinity? Okay. How about naman kapag you are relative by affinity? Of course, you are relative by law. Okay, so anong ginagamit niyo na keyword dyan or acronym? Okay, so bakit Conan? Okay. Of course, ang ginagamit natin dyan class is COBAL. Okay, kapag you're relative by consanguinity, ibig sabihin you're relative by blood. Kapag you are relative by affinity, so meaning you are relative by law. Okay, so ayan, COBAL. Okay, next, pag sinabi natin church, of course, it is the religious society that is in charge with the enhances of spiritual and moral character of a person. Again, ang church is the religious society that enhances spiritual and moral character of a person. So of course, it is a institution. While ang religion, of course, it is the man's relation to the divinity. So tama yung sagot natin kanina that religion is the man's relation to the divinity. Ibig sabihin, yun yung connection mo to the divine God or to the divine creator, yung tinatawag natin na religion. Then, of course, ang government, of course, it is an organization, agency which political unit exercises its authority, controls and administer public policy, and directs and control the action of its member. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na government. Okay? Okay. So tandaan nyo lang, under the government, yung term na exercises political unit. Kapag tanong or kapag na-encounter nyo yung term na political unit, it talks about or it pertains to the government. Again, pag sinabi natin government, it is a political unit or it is an organization or agency that exercises, of course, yung public policy or to administer public policy and controls or and of course to control the action of its members. Yun yung trabaho ng government natin, class. Okay. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag class na re-entry and reintegration program of the government. So ang re-entry and reintegration program ng government class, kapag na-serve na yung sentence na binigay sa kanya ng batas natin or ng state natin, yan yung tinatawag na re-entry program. Ibig sabihin, babalik siya ngayon sa community kung saan siya nanggaling. So, ibig sabihin, once the person is released from the person or from the prison, okay, he or she once again joining the community to become a productive citizen or a new law-abiding citizen. So, yan yung purpose ng re-entry and reintegration program. Ang iniiwasan natin dyan is yung pag-commit niya na naman again ng another crime. So, kasi kapag i-release na natin sila sa community, it means na nagbago na or may mga changes na nangyari sa kanila. Okay, so yun yung re-entry and reintegration program. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na procedural due process. Okay, yung mga key terms na kuklasa, but of course, ma-explain natin to sa criminal procedure. Okay. So pag sinabi natin procedural due process, okay, of course, the person is presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. Again, pag sinabi natin procedural due process, the person is presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. Kahit sabihin natin na nakita natin na siya yung pumatay, but then again, under the law, okay, meron tayong sinusunod. Okay, ang procedural due process, the person is presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. But of course, class, ma-explain pa natin yan under the criminal procedure kasi doon talaga yung malalaman ninyo kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng procedural due process. And of course, meron tayong adversarial due process. From the word itself or from the term itself, adversarial, ibig sabihin the opposite of procedural due process. Ang adversarial due process class, the person is considered or it is presumed guilty until proven innocent by the court of law. Ulitin natin, ang procedural due process, the person is presumed innocent until proven guilty, while the adversarial due process, the person is presumed guilty na class until proven innocent. Sa Pilipinas, hindi tayo ganon. Okay? Of course, ang sinusunod natin under the Constitution, we presume or binipresume natin class yung tao na yon na innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. Then of course, pag sinabi natin criminal justice system, summary dito class pag sinabi natin criminal justice system, of course, it is the machinery or it is the tool na ginagamit in prevention and control of crime. Okay? Then of course, ang Philippine Criminal Justice System natin or the PCJS, that is the machinery or tool of the Philippine government. Again, take note, ang sa Philippine Criminal Justice System, ang kaibahan niya lang dyan, ginagamit of the Philippine government for the prevention and control of crime. Okay, so yan yung Philippine Criminal Justice System or the PCJS. Ulitin ko, ang CGS, it is the machinery or tool used in prevention and control of crime. Ang PCJS, machinery rin, yan ang common denominator nila, wherein ginagamit ito ng Philippine government in prevention and control of crime. Take note class, under the criminal justice system, ang PPA or the Parole and Probation Administration, it is considered as the auxiliary component of the PCJS. Again, ang PPA, it is considered as the auxiliary component of the PCJS. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na Parole and Probation Administration. The auxiliary component of the PCJS. Okay. So, ngayon niyo lang nalaman na ang PPA is auxiliary component? Ngayon lang ba? Okay, sige. Okay, so let's proceed now sa America. Okay, sa America class or the United States of America, dyan na-develop or dyan yung tinatawag na full development of the CGS or the Criminal Justice System. Of course, ngayon, of course, ang components nila or pillars pa rin yung tawag sa kanila. Meron silang LCC. Tatlo pa rin na. So we have the law enforcement, courts, and correction. So wala silang prosecution, wala rin silang community. Unlike sa Pilipinas, maraming pagdadaanan. Okay, sa Amerika, yan yung full development ng tinatawag natin na criminal justice system. Okay. Naputol pala class, naputol. Okay, let's proceed. Let's continue. Naririnig niyo ako?
Yes po.
Okay, sige. Again, ulitin ko. So, ang America or the United States of America, dyan yung nangyari yung full development of the criminal justice system. Of course, ngayon, still, meron pa rin silang tatlo. So, the enforcement, courts, and correction. That's why mas mabilis or mas speedy yung tinatawag nila na pag-settle or yung administration of justice sa kanila. Kasi nga, they only have three components of the Philippine criminal justice system. So walang prosecution, wala na ring community. Then sa England naman, dyan naman nag-originate yung tinatawag na class ng concept ng CJS or the criminal justice system. Again, sa England, sa kanila nag-originate or yung origin ng concept ng criminal justice system. Again, ang England, so dyan nagsimula class or dyan nag-originate ang concept ng CGS natin. And of course, ang Japan class, that is the unique one. Kasi nga, ginamit nila or it is a part of the component of their CGS, yung tinatawag na rin na institutional and non-institutional correction. Di ba sa atin, yung INSTI and non-INSTI, kasali na siya sa tinatawag natin sa ating correction or under the component of correction system. So that's why sa Japan, kakaiba sa kanila. Okay, so member na or component na ng kanilang criminal justice system ang institutional and non-institutional correction. Okay, so di ba, imagine sa atin under lang yan sa sa component ng correction. Sa Japan, of course, in-integrate na nila or nandoon na talaga sa kanilang criminal justice system or it is already part of the component of the Japan correctional system or criminal justice system rather. Okay, under the CGS class, okay, mag-Q&A tayo. So under the CGS, ano ang role or ano yung purpose ni crime? Anong tawag natin sa crime class under the CGS? Okay, on the comment section please. Okay, anong tawag natin kay crime? Okay, under the PCJS. Okay, so ayan. Some other answers? Bakit si JB lang? No idea? Bakit no idea? Okay, so again, anong tawag natin? Bakit Bakit blurred ang camera natin? Wait lang Ano ko lang class yung camera natin, bakit nag-light? So i-off ko na lang. Okay, so pag sinabi nating deviance, saan yung kinuha yung mga sagot ninyo? Deviance. Again, ano ang tawag natin sa crime under the criminal justice system? Under the PCJS? Okay, so wala akong nakita mga mga sagot dyan. Okay, sa 33, wala talaga kayo may idea? Wala na? Hirit na? Grabe kayo. Violation of law? Okay, so very good, JB. Pag sinabi natin crime, ibig sabihin yan, class, it is considered as the main prevention. Okay? Pag sinabi natin crime class, take note, it is considered as the main core of the PCJS. Again, yan yung main focus natin. Okay, under the criminal justice system, yung crime. It is the main core of the PCJS. Tandaan niyo, ang crime class, yan yung focus ng tinatawag natin na criminal justice system. Okay, dito naman tayo. Okay, how about naman class? Ano naman yung tawag natin kay criminal? Okay? Ano naman ang tawag natin kay criminal under the Philippine criminal justice system? Okay, ano ang tawag natin ngayon kay criminal? Kasi di ba sinabi natin, ang crime is the main focus or the main core of the Philippine criminal justice system. So, anong tawag natin kay criminal ngayon? Superstar, the principal character. Okay, saan nyo naman kinuha yung superstar cars? The superstar. Sa iba pa, okay. Wala akong nakita ang yung pinaka-right. The principal. Mhm. Sa TikTok. Ano yun siya? Principal 1, Principal 2. Okay, so may nakita akong tamang sagot dito, si Kanpur at si Florendo. Okay. Tandaan ninyo, pag sinabi natin criminal class, it is considered as the main character or the main actor of the Philippine criminal justice system. Ulit, pag sinabi natin criminal, it is considered class as the main actor of the Philippine criminal justice system. Ulitin ko, ang criminal considered as the main character or the main actor of the Philippine criminal justice system. Kaya take note, under the CGS, ang palaging bida ay si criminal. Okay, kung bida si criminal class sa ating criminal justice system, sino naman ngayon ang palaging nakakalimutan? Yung tinatawag natin na forgotten person under the Philippine criminal justice system. Again, sino naman yung palagi nating nakakalimutan? Okay, sige. Uh, hmm. Of course, alam na alam ninyo. So, of course, pag sinabi nating criminal, of course, that is the main character of the PCJS. Kung napapansin niyo class, mas madaming rights ang mga criminal dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Okay. So, of course, pinapangalagaan sila ng Commission on Human Rights or the CHR. So, that's why yung tawag natin na victim that is considered as the forgotten person or the forgotten individual under the Philippine criminal justice system. Okay, ganito. May tanong pa dyan ng isa na board, sa board exam. So kung si criminal ang tinatawag natin na main actor or the main character of the criminal justice system naman, sino naman ngayon ang focus class ng restorative justice system? Again, kung under sa CGS, ang focus natin or yung main actor or the main character ng criminal justice system natin is the criminal. So ngayon, sino naman ang focus ng tinatawag natin na restorative justice system? Sino kaya? Victimology? Bakit umabot sa victimology? Sino kaya klase? Okay, ilagay nyo. Tinitingnan ko yung mga sagot niyo sa comment section. Bakit wala akong nakitang tamang sagot? Hmm. Bakit kayo walang tamang sagot dito? PDL? Mhm. Okay. So, kailangan natin i-discuss talaga to. Okay na ba? Okay. So ganito class. So ano ba yung kaibahan ng restorative justice system kay criminal justice system? Tandaan niyo, under the criminal justice system, the main character or the main actor of the criminal justice system is tinatawag natin na criminal. So kasi, kung titingnan niyo mas marami siyang rights compare kay victim. Kaya di ba si victim is considered as the forgotten person or the forgotten individual under the Philippine criminal justice system. Kasi kung titingnan niyo konti lang yung mga rights niya or parang nabawaliwala siya under our CGS. Ang purpose, okay, ng tinatawag natin na restorative justice system is to come together or paglapitin. Tinatawag natin na offender, the victim, and of course, yung community. Again, ang purpose ng tinatawag natin na restorative justice system is paglapitin class or putting together yung offender, yung community, and of course, yung victim, and of course, para mag-heal doon sa nangyaring krimen. So that's why ang bida sa restorative justice system class is yung tinatawag natin na biktima or the victim. Whereas, ang bida naman under the criminal justice system is yung tinatawag natin na criminal. Okay, saan ba kayo umabot ng mga sagot ninyo? Ulitin ko. Under the restorative justice system, ang bida dyan is a victim. Mga pinapangalagaan dyan or yung main focus dyan is yung welfare ni biktima or ni victims. While under the CGS, ang criminal ay kinoconsidered natin as the main character or the main actor of the Philippine criminal justice system. Nakuha ba? Nakuha,
Yes
class?
po.
Okay, so
Yes.
yan. Ganon na. So, bakit iba-iba yung mga sagot ninyo? Okay. Sige, okay lang na. Okay, pag sinabi natin justice, what is justice, class? In one word or in two words. Sige nga, i-define niyo what is justice in two words. Justice is due process. Okay, may fairness and equality, equally, fairness. Okay, fair. Ano ba talaga? Okay, pag sinabi natin justice, of course, that is rendering what is due. Okay, tama naman yung mga sagot ninyo. Rendering what is due and treating the persons equally. Pwedeng, of course, yan yung tinatawag natin na justice. Dapat pairalin pa rin yung tinatawag natin na due process. Impartial, equal, and of course, meron tinatawag na fairness. Kaya yan yung tinatawag natin na justice. Again, pag sinabi natin justice, merong equality, merong fairness, and of course, treating the person with equal, of course, treatment. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na justice. Rendering what is due and treating persons equally, of course, that is justice. Okay? Then of course, pag sinabi natin system, of course, it is the process na kailangan or to be followed. Kaya nga system, so it is a method, so it is an order na kailangan or kailangan i-follow class for the betterment ng ating, ano ba, criminal justice system or ng system natin. Kasi nga, di ba, ang tagal ng administration of justice sa Pilipinas. Kaya dapat may improvement rin when it comes sa ating system. Okay, so yan, process to be followed. Okay, next. Okay, si police, of course, sa summary class, pag sinabi natin police, considered as the prime mover or the frontliner of the CGS. Ang prosecution naman, arbiter of the law. Ang court, guardian of law. Okay, minsan na ano yun, di ba, na-interchange yan. Okay, but then again, of course, ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan is yung law. Correction to reform and rehabilitate offenders. Ang community naman is the core of the or core of criminal justice system for reintegration. Capital offense that is death. Ang capital penalty that is death penalty. Okay, so yan. Okay, so dito tayo. So ang proof yan, reasonable doubt, saan natin yan ginagamit class? Okay, saan natin yan makikita si proof yan, reasonable doubt? Ano yun, ano yan? Ano yung degree of proof necessary to convict a person in what case? Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so ang proof yan, reasonable doubt, ibig sabihin, it is the degree of proof na kailangan natin or yung tinatawag natin na quantum of evidence to convict a person in a criminal case. Pag sinabi kasi natin proof yan, reasonable doubt, ibig sabihin, the court finds out or nalaman ng korte that there is enough proof or enough evidence na magsasabi na the person ay talagang nagkasala sa state or sa bansa natin. Kaya meron tayong proof yan, reasonable doubt. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag natin na proof yan, reasonable doubt. Then, of course, we have and that is the criminal case. Then, of course, yung preponderance of evidence. Ang preponderance of evidence, kailangan natin yan in what cases or in what case class. Saan naman yan natin i-apply? Ang preponderance of evidence. Civil, okay. Of course, class, ang preponderance of evidence, of course, ina-apply natin yan kapag sa civil cases or sa civil case. Kapag civil case, ang pinag-uusapan natin, of course, yung mga payment of damages, okay, sa reparation and indemnification and so on. So, pag-uusapan na natin yan sa criminal procedure. Yan yung preponderance of evidence under the civil case naman yan. Then, of course, sa substantial evidence, so we have yung tinatawag natin na administrative case. Okay, sa substantial evidence under the administrative case, kailangan natin, okay, pag sinabi kasi na natin substantial evidence, ibig sabihin, that is enough evidence class to convict a person of a particular crime. So yan yung kailangan natin under administrative cases. Okay? So yan yung kailangan natin under the administrative cases. So yan. Okay. Okay, ang family class, of course, that is considered as the basic social institution under the our 1987 Constitution. Again, ang family that is considered as the basic social institution. Okay? Yan yung family. Nakuha ba? Okay, so yan. Of course, ang school class, that is, of course, considered class as an extension of our home. Okay, so di ba, palagi natin sinasabi that our teachers, yung second mother natin, kasi ang school class under the CGS, it is considered as an extension of our home. Okay, extension of our home. Ang church naman, of course, sila yung in charge with the enhancement of spiritual and moral character of a person. But then again, ang religion, yan yung tinatawag natin na yung relasyon natin to the divine God or to the divine creator. So that is the church. Then ang media, of course, ang trabaho ni media class is for the information dissemination. Okay, to disseminate para masabi or ma-inform yung public, okay, so about that information. So yan yung trabaho ng media. And of course, ang government, tandaan niyo ang government, that is a political unit. Okay, it is a political unit wherein they exercise yung tinatawag natin or they provide public services. Yan yung trabaho ng ating government. Okay, so provide government services. And of course, ayan, political unit that exercises its authority over the services or public services and of course, over the people or the citizen. So yan yung government. Okay. Okay, so of course, we have the criminal law. So doon tayo mag-ano natin. Okay, ma-explain natin yan. Ay, na-explain na pala natin yung book 1. So ayan. Okay, so dito tayo class sa two classification of criminal law, di ba? Palagi kong sinasabi, kapag criminal law, tandaan nyo lang yung DPP. It defines crime, traits of their nature, and provides for their punishment. So we have, by nagtanong kagabi, yung substantive, and of course, we have the procedural. Okay, ang substantive criminal law class or a substantive law, it defines the elements that are necessary for an act to constitute an offense or crime and therefore punishable. So meaning, halimbawa niyan is the revised penal code that is considered as a substantive law. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang mga elements at nagbibigay siya ng penalty in every crime. Ang tawag natin doon is substantive law. While the procedural law naman, it provides procedures or appropriate for the enforcement of the substantive criminal law. Okay? So yan yung kaibahan ng tinatawag natin na substantive and procedural law. Okay, so ulitin ko. So pag sinabi nating substantive and procedural law, yan yung tinatawag natin na two classification of criminal law. Pag sinabi nating substantive criminal law or substantive law, it defines the elements or yung tinatawag natin na threats of their nature. Kasi yan yung pinaka-first na important consideration class in determining kung ano yung particular crime na nakomit ng isang individual. Dinedefine niya yung elements or dinedefine niya yung threats of their nature which is necessary for an act, okay? Or particular crime to constitute a crime or to constitute an offense. And of course, nagbibigay rin siya ng penalty or yung act ngayon is punishable. So yan yung tinatawag natin na substantive law. Ulitin natin. Pag sinabi natin substantive law, it defines the elements or yung tinatawag natin na it provides the traits of their nature at nagbibigay siya ng penalty. So ang halimbawa ng substantive law is the revised penal code, specifically yung book 2 natin. Okay? It constitutes a crime, then pinagbabasihan natin doon yung elements, which is the first important consideration. Pag sinabi naman natin procedural law or procedural criminal law, ito yung the statute or the law provides procedure. Ibig sabihin, methods ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. It provides procedure or methods wherein for the appropriate law enforcement or enforcement of the law. So ang halimbawa ng tinatawag natin na procedural law class is yung halimbawa, yung rules of court or yung rules of criminal procedure. 'Di ba? May methods 'yon na sinusunod. Okay, halimbawa una, Rule 110, prosecution of offense. Rule 111, prosecution of civil action. Kasunod is PI or preliminary investigation. After the PI, so we have the arrest. Okay, so meaning, merong procedure or sequence or methods na sinusunod, okay, to enforce yung tinatawag natin na substantive criminal law. Ulitin natin. Pag sinabing substantive criminal law or substantive law, it defines the elements and of course, na magko-constitute ng crime and of course, pinapunish yan that are punishable. While the procedural law, it provides the procedure or appropriate methods or yung sequence class para ma-enforce yung tinatawag natin na substantive criminal law. Halimbawa, yung rules of criminal procedure. So yan yung example ng procedural criminal law or procedural law. Okay? So yun yung kaibahan ng dalawa. Okay, nakuha niyo class? Okay, so ayan. Okay. Okay, so pero class, hindi naman yan na tinatanong na sa board exam kasi nga ang procedural and what we call the substantive law, tinatanong lang yan sa tinatawag natin na bar exam. Okay, kasi masyado na yung deep eh. Okay, pero of course, kailangan pa rin natin i-explain. Okay, so we have the two basic principles of criminal law and the administration of course, in the Philippines. We have the presumption of innocence. Pag sinabi natin presumption of innocence, this means that those who are accused of crimes are considered innocent until proven guilty by the court of law or until proven guilty otherwise. The accused is entitled to all the rights of the citizens until the accused guilt has been determined by the court of law or by the accused acknowledgement of his guilt that he or she is indeed committed a crime. So yan yung tinatawag natin na presumption of innocence. Kahit sabihin natin na we observe or we witness yung pag-commit ng crime class, but of course, under the eyes of the law, meron tayong sinusunod na presumption of innocence. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag natin na presumption of innocence. Of course, yun yung letter B, we have the burden of proof o yung tinatawag natin class na onus probandi. Okay, ang burden of proof, which in criminal cases, it means that the government must prove beyond reasonable doubt that the suspect committed the crime. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag natin na burden of proof. Okay, so in the reverse trial class, sino yung may tinatawag natin na burden of proof? Okay, sino in a reverse trial class? Okay, sino yung may burden of proof natin? Bakit walang sumasagot? Okay, so in a reverse trial, take note. Okay, of course, class ang defendant. Okay? Tandaan niyo general rule class, on the burden of proof, ibig sabihin kung sino yung kailangan mag-prove na guilty yung tao na yun. Okay. Ang unus probandi, kapag general rule in the criminal cases, ang may burden of proof and presumption lies on the prosecution or lies on the victim or the government. Pero kapag halimbawa, nag-claim ka ng self-defense, so meaning magkakaroon ng reverse trial, ang may burden of proof ngayon class is doon na sa tinatawag natin na defense. Ibig sabihin, ikaw yung unang mag-present ng evidence para ma-establish or para ma-prove class na okay, uh, you are innocent, okay, with a particular crime. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na burden of proof. Okay, okay na ba yung boses ko?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
ulitin natin. We have the two basic principles. We have the presumption of innocence. Ibig sabihin, the person is considered or the accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. So that is of course sa ating constitution yan class. So hindi natin pwedeng baliin yan. Okay, then of course ang burden of proof. Again, ang burden of proof, that is the onus probandi. Meaning, kapag sa criminal cases, ang may burden of proof lies always on the prosecution or the government. But kapag reverse trial yan, of course, ang may burden of proof and presumption is yung tinatawag natin na defense. Okay? So kapag reverse trial, of course, i-opposite natin. Okay, yan. Okay, so the concept of the principle of presumption of innocence class, of course, yung kinuha natin yan, known less than the Constitution. Okay, so the Philippines or the Philippine National or the 1987 Constitution provides that an accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary will prove his or her innocent. So of course, kapag hindi kasi natin yung sinunod guys, ang action ng mga law enforcement, it is considered unconstitutional. So bawal yan. Kasi anything na ginagawa natin that against the Constitution, it is considered unconstitutional. Okay? So, pwede kang mapanagot. So, ayan. Okay, so criminal in relation to the criminal justice system. So, tandaan niyo, the criminal is the main character of the criminal justice system. Okay, nakuha ninyo? Ulitin natin. The criminal is the main character of the criminal justice system. Nakuha ba? Okay. Okay, dito naman tayo class. So, dito tayo para mas ano ninyo. Okay, I will read the question then, of course, yung sagot mamaya. So, in criminological sense, who is considered criminal? Again, in criminological sense, sino yung kinoconsidered natin as criminal? Again, letter A, guilty beyond reasonable doubt by the court of law. Letter D, from the time he committed the crime. Letter C, undergone the process of CJS. And letter D, anti-social norms. Okay, lahat sumagot yung 32. Okay, so lahat sumagot, maraming mali ah. So tingnan natin. Okay, so let's answer this one. Okay, so marami kayong nagkamali dito. So in criminological sense, take note class, ang tinagot niya dyan, ang tinanong niya, in criminological sense or in criminology field sa atin yan, who is considered criminal? Okay, ang sagot natin dyan is letter B. Okay, from the time you committed the crime, you are already considered criminal in a criminological sense. Ulitin natin. From the moment you committed the crime, okay, you are considered now as criminal. Tandaan niyo, in criminological sense, the moment you committed the crime, you are already considered as criminal. Of course, class, kapag tinanong under the or in legal sense naman, kapag tinanong in legal sense, ano yung magiging sagot ninyo dyan? Kasi nga ang pag-uusapan natin yung legality. Sige nga, on the comment section. Ano yung magiging sagot ninyo kapag tinanong in legal sense, who is considered a criminal? Okay, so ayan. So nakita nyo na yung pagkakamali ninyo. In legal sense, ang sagot natin dyan is letter A. Kapag you found guilty beyond reasonable doubt of the court, of a particular court, you are considered as criminal. Okay, so nakuha ninyo? Okay, so dito tayo class. Okay, so dito tayo mag-end. Okay, yung criminal may be defined in the different views. Okay, so meron tayong mga of course classification of criminals or yung mga crimes or mga criminals class, it is um, treated differently depending on kung ano yung ginamit ito. In criminological sense class, sa atin, okay? The moment or from the time he or she committed the crime, regardless whether or not it has been reported the police for investigation, pwede mo nang sabihin siya or pwede mo na siyang tawagin as criminal. Pero ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is under the criminological sense. Kaya tawag natin dyan is, of course, criminal na. Okay? Kasi kahit wala pang verdict, kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is under the criminological sense. In the legal sense naman, or kapag pag-uusapan natin ang legality, okay, upon the determination by the court that he or she is guilty beyond reasonable doubt of a crime, that's the time tatawagin natin siya as criminal. Kasi nga, ang pinag-uusapan natin is the legal sense or the legality. In criminal justice sense naman, okay, you undergone the process and went through all the components of the criminal justice system from the police hanggang bumalik ka sa community class, tinatawag ka ngayon as criminal. Okay? So yan yung tinatawag natin or tawag natin na criminal. Okay, so ayan. Of course, so we have the four elements ayan, self-explanatory naman yan. Ulit, dito tayo magbigay talaga ng okay, dito kayo class, dito tayo mag Okay, so anti-social norms by deviant coach violate the rights of the people. Hindi. Pag sinabi nating anti-social norms of the society class, yan yung tinatawag natin kapag psychological sense naman. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na psychological sense. Okay, or sociological sense rather. Okay? Kapag sociological sense, in sociological sense naman, or in sociology, kapag you violate the social norms, you are considered as criminal. Kapag naman sa psychological sense, of course, yung tinatawag natin, na maladaptive behavior. But of course, ang pinaka-main natin na tandaan, in a criminological sense, the moment you committed a crime, you are already considered as a criminal. Kahit wala pang investigation, wala pang hindi pa yan na-report sa proper authorities, pwede ka nang tawagin as criminal under the criminological sense. In the legal sense naman, upon the determination by the court that you are guilty talaga beyond reasonable doubt of a particular crime, tatawagin ka ngayon as criminal. Then of course, under the criminal justice, okay, tatawagin ka lang na criminal case kapag you already undergone, natapos mo na lahat ng process or you went through all the components of the criminal justice system. Okay? So yan yung definition ng criminal natin. Okay? So I hope marami kayong nakuha ngayon. Then, on the next day, ang discussion naman natin, class, mag-evolve siya sa tinatawag natin procedure. Okay, procedure muna tayo. Okay, so para maganda kasi ang procedure kasi in order yan. Okay, kung ano yung mga next steps, okay, or methods. So, para mas malaman. Okay, so thank you for joining. Anong oras na? Okay, so natapos natin ang CGS ngayong gabi. So,
Thank you.
okay, so mapunta na tayo sa next day class sa procedure. Okay, so thank you. Balikan nyo lang yung live balikan nyo lang yung recording mamaya pagpasa natin. Okay, so thank you and God bless everyone. Stay safe.